What's up, guys? This your boy, Mr. I240 Ration. I'm back with another episode. I know, right? 2 in 1 week, but I love y'all, and I love y'all, and I missed y'all, and I'm just ready to drop some content. This is fresh off the bat, so we're gonna get into these 7 topics. Hey, if you're new to the page, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button, and let's get straight into it. This episode is called Fall from Grace. And it's basically my first topic is the Velveteen Dream. Boy, his career and his life has shattered since being released from the WWE, especially with the scandal for the little boy or whatever that was he was supposed to be talking to, the girl or whatever. It seems like his career has derailed, and it looks like his life is derailing. You know, it seems like that last hope of going back to the WWE, and they turned him down. Excuse me. Really just messed him up, especially with his latest arrest, with him being on drugs. Or now that I think about it, why am I surprised? Because if y'all remember, during the last days of the show when he made his return, something seemed kind of off. He had the gold beard and looking crazy all over the place. I think this was before the pandemic. They let him go. Something seemed kind of off. It's like he wasn't the same Velveteen Dream, and it just sucks for a young, talented, young man who had a lot of talent and a promising future. A lot have changed in 2 years. And it's sad. I can't say if he did it or not. Was it him? Was it his voice trying to talk to somebody or not? That's not my decision. I'm not the law. I don't make the law. But I know it's hard to hire somebody like that with those allegations. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at Enzo. I wish they could hire Enzo, but he got the same thing with the girl, even though he proved that he wasn't guilty. Like the great Shannon Sharp said, like with Deshaun Watson, no matter if you guilty or not, you still gonna have that label on you. Look at the great Kobe Bryant, any athlete or entertainer or whatever, or just anybody in life, whether you innocent or not, you gonna have some people that believe that you innocent. You gonna have people still gonna look at you as you guilty. That's just how life works. All the people that know is you, the truth, God, and the other person's story. I say it's 4 sides to every story. I don't repeat that again. God, you, the truth, and the other person. So you got to think about that. So, because we wasn't there, and I wish they could hire him back because they can really use him right now. Triple H is making NXT guys looking good right now. You see what I'm saying? And it just sucks that he can't be a part of it. And now that he got busted with drugs, Triple H ain't finna hire that dude right now. You see what I'm saying? Some folks like, man, why Velveteen never got the belt and da. Probably because of stuff like that. Like, man, we can't get no drug dude, no championship belt right now. He ain't even ready. You know what I'm saying? Because who knows how long he been doing. Or I think he got busted with, I don't know what he got busted with, but who knows how long he been doing it. You see what I'm saying? So you got to think about that type of stuff too, man. And I miss him. It sucks. Just thinking about it and then just seeing that picture, man. He just look kind of off, and he needs some rehab or something just to get better. Forget about wrestling, bro. Just get better, period. You know what I'm saying? Because drugs ain't nothing to play with, and I hate for a young talented person, just a young person, period, just to pass away doing drugs addiction. Because at this point, he gotta have the mindset like, man, I need to get better. I ain't got nothing else to lose. Whatever religion he believe in, God, Buddha, whatever you believe in, you need to go to that, bro. Trust me. I know, bro, because hey, I'm going through a lot of stuff right now myself. So it's never too late to turn to whatever you believe in, a higher power or stuff like that, to get your life right. So let's just wish that young brother help. I wish he can come back, but right now ain't a good time for him to be wrestling at all. You know, look at Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy can't even focus on wrestling right now. So you're not alone in your demons and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? As long as you got your family, God, or whatever you believe in, bro, everything should be straight. And they're just coming from the heart, man. It just, me personally, as a person, you know what I'm saying, telling him that, you know what I'm saying? So they just wish that man the best, no matter the differences or whatever. You disagree with the lifestyle, whatever. And we should all lift each other up and support each other at the end of the day. On to a happier side, I guess. I don't know if it's me or this man then fell off or his push kind of died since he became TNT champion. And I'm talking about Warlord. But it seemed like ever since he won the belt, I mean, of course now they probably care about because they got FTR in the feud with the motor machine guns, and he feuded with Jay Lethal. But it seemed like to me at times before he got back with FTR or whatever, that he was lost in the shuffle. And it seemed like his momentum then died. Or maybe it's just me. Y'all can type in the comments and let me know. It just seemed like something don't seem right with Warlord push. Because when he had a lot of steam and a lot of promising or whatever, it seemed like it died for a minute until FTR came around. You know, and I'm glad he's getting his momentum back because for a minute it was looking like, all right, we don't even care no more. Like, whatever, it was just like, yay, we won. And then it was like, all right, man, we won the belt. Now they ain't doing nothing with him. Because it seemed like for a minute he was getting lost in the shuffle. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe it's just me. And Warlord's a pretty talented guy. I can see him being AEW World Champion. I just hope he don't get lost in the shuffle like I thought he was because, man, Tony Khan is just signing a lot of people right now. Just a lot of folks. Like I said, like in the last episode, it seemed like that man got so much on his plate where this superstar don't like this superstar, or this person don't like that person, or like, look at Malachi Black. Look at his situation. You know what I'm saying? He ready to go home and get his head right, something going on, you know, or he feel like he ain't getting booked right. You know, it seems like a lot of stuff going on in AEW that we don't know about. And it seemed like, that's why I kind of feel like when Warlord won the belt at one point, or even when he was feuding Scorpio Sky, it seemed like people didn't care like that. It seemed like they just wanted him to win the belt, but they didn't care about the storyline itself. And I thought it was a pretty decent feud. I just feel like at one point, I feel like Warlord was just losing his momentum, you know, so we'll see where it go. I think him and Jay Lethal got a one-on-one match, or they already had it, something like that, for the TNT Championship. Ooh, excuse me. So we'll just see where they go. Another stuff I want to talk about. I think Baron Corbin is WWE top heel. Think about it. Ever since he came on to the main roster and became, he went through a lot of characters. He went from King Corbin to Happy Corbin. Everything that they booked for him, haven't failed. I feel like he's almost better than the Miz at being a natural heel, actually. Just a little bit. I ain't gonna say much, but just a little bit. Because you gotta think about it, man. Baron Corbin been knocking this stuff out the park. He hasn't failed. And if he teaming up with JPL, you know, be the manager or whatever, that'd be a good look for. That's just another good look for his career because he just a natural heel. You know, Baron Corbin is not a face. You know what I'm saying? He can't be a face. I was never a fan of him being a face in the first place. So he just got that natural asshole heel instinct to the point where he'll make you want to hate him. You know what I'm saying? He make you not want to like him. You see what I'm saying? So, I'm sitting there thinking about it, I'm like, damn, Baron Corbin might be WWE best heel. So you gotta sit back and think about it. He hasn't disappointed. He always deliver in the promos. He always get a reaction. And let's not forget, surpassed the comedy act and all that, he improved so much as a wrestler. He's still a very good wrestler. I just wish when it's all said and done, I just wish he can go back to the Lone Wolf, you know what I'm saying? Because I miss that gimmick, you know. That was the more serious side. And what's so funny, he still showed that Lone Wolf side to him. You see what I'm saying? So, with that, I feel like, you know what? Baron, it's like if Seth Rollins, Matt Riddle, all that, MVPs are Raw, Corbin got to be right there. Because he always keep the tempo. He always keep you engaged in his promos. He made Matt Cap look good. You got to think about this. What have Matt Cap done since Corbin? You got to think about that. So, that's something to think about. I feel like at one point he at least deserved an Intercontinental title push or hell, a world title push. If they make him more serious with this gimmick. They doing with JBL or whatever, because shit, JBL, didn't nobody take JBL serious. And then you look up, JBL beat Eddie Guerrero, and he had a great title run. So, enough about that. Another thing I want to talk about, I saw an article, and it had me thinking. Oh no, I saw a video actually. Was Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero doing a one night stand in 2005. Rumor was they had heat with each other, and that was because Eddie didn't want to put him over because he felt like he would have lost steam or momentum with his feud with Ray. And if you look back at that match it was like a disappointment. Like you look at that match, you could kind of tell it was tension between them. And it brings me to my point, like when Eddie passed with his situation, did they have beef before he passed? Because Benoit took that hard. And you gotta remember, he writing to him in the diary and all that. So I just feel like they was on bad terms before he passed, and they didn't get a chance to hatch it up and make up. You see what I'm saying? Because you gotta think about that. Like, I ain't even know it was tension between them until I read the article or the video I saw on YouTube. I forgot where I saw it. But I had posted on my page. And that it makes sense, like, why Benoit was, crying, taking it hard, why he was doing certain stuff, why he was moving a certain way since he passed. You see what I'm saying? So, excuse me. So it kind of makes sense now that I look back on it, and it's like, dang. I feel like Benoit they didn't get a chance to make up, because if you look at that match between them, you can read Eddie's lips. I think, excuse me. Benoit went extra hard at him or something like that. He said, I owe you one. And I ain't paying attention to that. I'm thinking like, oh man. And it makes sense. I just think it was a lot of tension between those guys that they didn't get a chance to make up. And it's just a sad situation for two best friends. One committed suicide, one had an episode. That they didn't get a chance to make up. And it just show you that if they didn't, you shouldn't hold no grudges in life. You know what I'm saying? No matter what the problem is between you and that person. You know what I'm saying? Forgive that person. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I had a situation with a former best friend of mine some years ago. You see what I'm saying? And at one point, I used to hold on to the situation or whatever. But I had to forgive that man, you know what I'm saying, for what he did. Because you never know. And you should be focused on becoming a better person and being blessed and putting your faith into religion or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Instead of beefing with somebody, because that ain't going to get you nowhere. I don't give a damn what you do. Wrestling, business, or just general family members. You see what I'm saying? Because it kind of had me thinking when I saw that and I looked at the match. And then you look at when Eddie passed and Benoit was crying and then he write him a letter and stuff like that. He kind of took that hard, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't know, so it's just, something to think about, guys. Just, love your family, love your friends, love everybody, man. So don't be beefing like that. On a lighter note, since I'm freshly recording this video, let's get into it. Clash of the Castle. I got my reviews. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go down real quick on the list. I just had that junk. Oh, there you go. Out of all the 6 matches. Alright. I'm gonna start with Damage Control versus Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka. That was a good opening match. I rated that a 6 out of 10 because it was kind of, at points of the match, it was kind of boring and stuff like that. And maybe y'all can come in, chime in, or whatever. Then I guess towards the middle, towards the end of the match, it got exciting. So at first it was looking like a 4, but they speed up the tempo. It was kind of a 6. You know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of drama, a lot of double teams, a lot of stuff like that made it a 6. So that's for me out of that match. Sheamus and Gunther, shoot, I ain't even gotta say no more, man. That was a 10 out of 10. Physical, storytelling, 2 guys who wanted it, 2 alpha males going at it, old school Bruiser Brody, Butch Abdullah type style, you know what I'm saying? And that was a very good match. Very good match. Very good physical match, you know what I'm saying? So that was a 10 out of 10. I ain't even got to talk about it. Hell, everybody else gonna do it for me. You know what I'm saying? So it really delivered. Sheamus came through. I like the suspense where he tried to hit the bro kick, but it was injured him. Gunther took advantage of it. And most important, Imperium is back. So I'm looking forward to that. I just wish dude didn't have that name, Genevanche, whatever you want to call it. But that's fine. But I'm glad they all back together. They should have never broke up in the first place. I don't know why they broke up in the first place. But that makes sense. So that match was a 10 out of 10. It was better than the main event, to be honest with you. The next match I want to talk about, I don't even want to talk about it. Shayna Baszler versus Liv Morgan. It was cool for what it was. I gave it a 5 out of 10. It was just cool for what it was. So I ain't much to talk about because I won't even engage in that match at any point. Ooh, screw me. Then another match I want to talk about, Judgment Day versus, I told y'all in the last episode, be patient, and it was happening. I'm just like somebody said, I'm glad they let it be clean. I'm glad it was a clean finish. And for Dominic to do the turn, it was a lot of back and forth action. Damian Priest was looking good. Dominic Finn had his moments. Ray. So it was a great moment, and I'm just glad my boy turned heel, and we're gonna see where he go from there. Another match I ain't gotta really talk about. Very good storytelling, physical. You seen the hatred between the 2 guys. Matt Riddle versus Seth Rollins. That was a beautiful match. Beautiful storytelling from the start, from finish. Great ending. I'm glad Seth Rollins got a win because that would have looked bad if he would have lost again, especially after losing to Cody Rhodes. So Seth Rollins needed that win more than Matt Riddle. Then the main event was just 10 out of 10. So I don't want to get into that. I mean, that was just a good match. At first it was looking like a 7, but they did a lot of stuff to get to that point, and there was a good main event matchup. Alright, so another subject I want to talk about, well, I was going to talk about mid-card titles, but I don't really want to talk about that. I just want to get into, now that I think about it, ooh, excuse me, poor EC3. First, I thought y'all was in this together. Braun Strowman was with you. Control your narrative. Man, Triple H called. He jumped on the first ship. Then, he called Killer Cross before then. He jumped on the first ship. So it looked like, excuse me. Starting to look like, Control Your Narrative was a flop. And I don't even got to get too much of that. Because it's like, at first it had a lot of momentum for like a year and a half. And now it's just like, don't nobody really care about it. It's just like, bro, you about to go back to the drawing boards and do what you need to do. Because nobody really care about that right now. So, but that's it for this episode, guys. I love y'all. I'm back. I just want to drop something real quick because I got something to do in a little bit. I love y'all. I'm back. Yeet.